Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to a new episode of my weekly playlist series. We've made it to another Friday, and that means it's time for me to share with you guys the games I've been playing during the week. You know, I will share with you guys my opinions, my thoughts on these titles, but you guys know I also want to hear about your guys' thoughts and opinions on the titles I share with you, whether you guys have played them or not, what you thought of them. Let me know, too, about the games you guys are playing, as that gives me great ideas and new games to check out, and you guys have consistently for the past 3 years of me making this series have talked about all the games you guys play, and you guys have piqued my interest in so many titles, so I really appreciate that. And also, if you guys have any suggestions on a game you think I should check out, maybe there's a sequel to a series that I've talked about you guys think I would enjoy, or maybe there's a whole new genre or game or something you know of you think I might enjoy, let me know about it, because I do appreciate your guys' suggestions as well, because I have played some of these games thanks to your guys' recommendations. I do have a nice growing list of games to either play or go out and pick up and add to my collection if I don't already have them, thanks to your guys' recommendations. So keep those coming, I really appreciate it. Now this week, I only have one game to share with you guys, and it's an Xbox 360 title. It's one I'm continuing on my work from last week. Just this has been a really busy week for me with work and also at home. My 2 days off this week, I got to do a little bit of gaming, but I was really busy taking care of stuff around the house and taxes and other, stuff we had to get done. We're due this week. I just had a lot of important stuff I had to get done, so I didn't get to game as much as I wanted to, but I'm hoping to next week. But I have the one game that I did play, one that I really do enjoy. It's called Silent Hill Downpour. Now, this is on the Xbox 360. It's also on the PS3. I'm not sure if it's actually on PC or not, but it is a game that I really do enjoy, as I'm a huge fan of the Silent Hill games. So I gotta read you guys a little bit from the back. Who can stop the rain? Join convict Murphy Pendleton in Silent Hill, where fear and torment are inescapable. This game did get a lot of hate, unfortunately, over the years, as people did not like it because it was not made by Team Silent, but it's one that I really did enjoy. And now, you guys know what I've been doing with this series is we'll insert here a little gameplay clip where I'll go over why I like this game and give you guys my thoughts and stuff on it. Alright, we're taking a look at Silent Hill Downpour.
Another shadow symbol. But what does it mean?
So I'm a huge fan of the Silent Hill series. I've loved them ever since I played the original on PlayStation 1 all those years ago in the 90s. And I've loved the series ever since. Sadly, this is a series that has died off, as this was the last game released in the Silent Hill series. It was back in 2012. I don't count those pachinko machines that Konami makes these days. They have in Japan. But this is truly the last, Silent Hill title that we got. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people actually hate this game. It's just crazy how much people hated this game when it was released. Back in the day when it was first out, it got a lot of hate. People just did not like it because it was different from older Silent Hill titles. People just didn't like Murphy Pendleton, who is the main character of the story. And it just got a lot of hate. But personally, I really liked the game. I think it was really good. I've already beat it 5 different times. I got all 5 endings, and I'm beating it the 6th time on the hardest difficulty. And it's a game that I really do like. I feel it has really good graphics because it's on the Xbox 360 and PS3, so it definitely is one of the best looking Silent Hill games of all of them. I like the voice acting, as I think they pick great voice actors for the characters, like they fit their characters well. I love the music, the ambience, the atmosphere, everything about this game, I really do enjoy it. Now, there are some differences. One big thing is that there are not like unbreakable weapons in the game. This game does actually have a weapon system where you can break weapons, and guns and ammo and stuff are not as plentiful as they were in previous Silent Hill games, so you really do have to be conservative with your ammo. You know, you have to conserve it for fights and stuff, and you have to be careful with using them. Another thing too is you can only carry 2 weapons at a time, and that's all you can have. But you can have a gun and a melee weapon, or you can have 2 guns. So that's something too that people did not enjoy about it. Like you can see the menu, I've got 5 shotgun rounds, and then I've got a nail gun too that I found, which was actually a pre-order bonus code that you could use. You know, you got your health kits. I've got 19 first aid kits. I've been collecting them around. Of course, you have a walkie-talkie. You know, this is a classic type of item that you use in Silent Hill because it alerts you when enemies are nearby. And then you also have a lighter, which has been in a lot of games, which you use for light source or to light certain environmental things you need for puzzles and stuff. You also have, you know, your classic flashlight that you get in Silent Hill titles. And then, of course, you have all your little collectibles and stuff that you can find. Now, something, too, that is also really cool about this Silent Hill game and is unique to it is you actually have side quests that you can actually discover as you play through the game in the town. And there's not just the main story. Usually in the Silent Hill games, you know, there's just the main story you go through and you follow the puzzles and stuff and you experience the story. This game, however, the first time they ever introduced side quests that you can discover playing. You know, they're not required for the game. You don't have to do them. But by completing some of them, you do get special rewards. And in his little journal here, you can keep track of the different ones that you've completed and different rewards you get for it. And then you also can find cool little mystery things they have throughout the world. And you can find little pieces of paper that you can read that give you some background and also puzzles and stuff that help you. Because like other Silent Hill games, you know, you're going to run into puzzles where you got to figure out a door code or you got to figure out a way to get this puzzle to work to continue on. So they do have that like they do in other ones, which is really cool. And then, of course, you have your map with your classic like Silent Hill here, and where you can go through the town. And just like in previous games, you know, he marks off where he can and can't go. And if you see any little question marks on the map, those are actually where you can find the side quests and mysteries of where you got to go that you can discover. And you can find this stuff just by exploring through the game. And the main focus of this game has to do with water, and it plays a big part in the story and the game, and it affects monsters and stuff. Like when it's raining out, monsters are more attracted and they come out, and it also makes them stronger. So you do have to be careful with that. And I also love that, you know, just like previous Silent Hill games, you know, it's always foggy and misty, and just makes the town look really eerie because it is deserted. And you just never know what's lurking around a corner because you can only see so far ahead of you. And of course, you know, Murphy's able, you know, to have his run. And like I said, you know, you can find different melee weapons and stuff scattered around the world. You know, I could pick it up and then I could use this pipe. Another thing that's cool about this game that's different than other Silent Hills is you actually can block attacks. So as enemies attack, you know, you can block and then you can counter and fight them. And then, you know, block again. And you also can incapacitate enemies for the first time in the Silent Hill series. And you actually don't have to kill them because there is a little achievement you can unlock in either the 360 or if you want to unlock a trophy in PS3 is called Good Behavior, where you actually don't kill a single enemy in the game at all. And then, of course, you know, you have your different endings to unlock, which will vary depending on your actions in the game, because there's another thing I like about this is that there's actually moral choices in this game that you can encounter, and whether you do those choices or not can affect whether you get a good or bad ending. And of course there's also a couple of secret endings and stuff, so just something that's a really interesting game that I think you guys should check out. I'm going to see if this one enemy's here so I can give you guys a little taste of what combat is like. Yeah, there he is. You guys hear my radio going off. So these guys are called Weeping Bats. We need to be careful because they're freaking strong guys. But see how I blocked it? And then I could... So you gotta watch because these guys do like try to avoid you. So you gotta get really good with that blocking. And their patterns will change up for times. See how he broke my weapon with his claws. Oh, I got hit. I will switch to another weapon for him. Well, you can see I really like the combat just because it's so different from other Silent Hill games. Oh, damn. Then, of course, I could try a gun. So, see, he's incapacitated now, so he's not actually dead. So I can just leave him and go about my business. And sometimes they will get back up, especially if you're playing on the hardest difficulty like I am. But usually they'll just stay incapacitated, and then you can just run away from him, and you don't have to worry. Now you can see, now I'm also injured. And another thing I really like about this one is Murphy will actually show his damage on his person, his body, where you'll start seeing that he'll start limping, he'll start panting, and then you can also, we'll see like bloody down, his clothes will be a little bloody, he'll be a little damaged, and that's how you can tell what his health is. See how his like his pants and stuff have blood on them and stuff. So if I heal, oh fuck! You gotta watch out; these dudes will just come out of nowhere sometimes. And so just like other Silent Hill 2 games, the other Silent Hill titles as well, you'll have a variety of enemies you'll run into that all have different strengths and weaknesses. Damn. Oh, and I died. Because I'm playing on a super hard, the hardest difficulty. But I just want to give you guys a little idea of the combat and stuff. This game does have an autosave feature where you do different things. You'll reach certain checkpoints, like you complete a side quest or you reach a certain part in the story. The game will actually make a save there for you. So there is no, saving in the game manually. But see, I had to go all the way back to where I started. But I just think it's one you guys should give a try, check out. Like I said, I know it got a lot of hate over the years. People did not enjoy this Silent Hill game as other ones, as it is a little bit different and a little departure from it, because it also wasn't made by Team Silent, so it wasn't made by the same people who made the original 3 Silent Hill games or Silent Hill 4. It is a little different, but I definitely think it is one you should check out. Because if you go through and beat everything, do all the side quests and stuff, you're looking at about a 12 to 16 hour game. If you just run through and just do the main story and stuff, you could probably beat it in like 6 to 8 hours or so. But there's just so much to explore in this game. And it's just really fun being able to go through the town of Silent Hill and just experience the eeriness of this town, as this is a different part of Silent Hill than previous games, and it's a different area of Silent Hill that you get to explore, but still really cool. There's some really eerie moments and stuff too, where you might hear like little kids laughing, you might hear people screaming and stuff, and eerie moments and stuff, and sometimes monsters will just appear and little jump scares and shit. So I really enjoy it. Personally, it's one of my favorite of the more modern Silent Hill games that were released on the 360 stuff. We had that Silent Hill Homecoming, which I also enjoyed, but I don't think it was as good as this. And I just like the little changes compared to the older Silent Hill games. It's like, they had to change the formula a little bit. They were trying something different, and after you've had so many games in this series, sometimes it's a good thing to try something new from it, so you don't have just the same old stale format. I like the character of Murphy Pendleton. I like his story. You guys know I'm not someone who's going to ruin story at all for you, because one of the biggest points of playing Silent Hill is for you to go through and experience the story. So I'll never ruin that for you. I want you guys to experience that for yourself. But I really like Murphy Pendleton as a character and his own story, as it's unique from any other person in Silent Hill, and just how the whole town itself is like it's a character itself. Like the town of Silent Hill is also its own unique character, and how it interacts and how it is able to change and manipulate reality to the different people who encounter the town of Silent Hill, and what their own experiences and how their experiences are actually different from each other, and what they perceive as reality, which is something I really like. I like that whole psychological aspect to Silent Hill, and just the eeriness and just not knowing what the hell is coming next. So if you have never played Silent Hill Downpour, highly recommend you guys give this one a try, as it is a wonderful game that I think you guys will enjoy, especially if you're a fan of Silent Hill games and you've played through all of them, beat them all, and you've never given this one a try. Don't listen to all the hate people had for it. Play it for yourself and see how you enjoy it, because you might like it yourself, because I love it. I think it's awesome. Is it the best Silent Hill game in the world? Of course not. It's not as great as the classic Silent Hills 1, 2, and 3, but it's still a really enjoyable game that I think you guys will enjoy. I am about halfway through the story as of the filming of this video. I'm hoping to have it beat by next week, as I just haven't had a whole lot of time, as much as I would want for gaming, as I've had to do some stuff here on my days off. But it's one that I'm having a blast with, and I can't wait to finally have this game beat on the hardest difficulty. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed that little look here at Silent Hill Downpour. So that was a look at Silent Hill Downpour. Like I had mentioned, the game got some hate back in the day, and even today it still has kind of haters on it who think it's kind of a weak entry in the Silent Hill series. But personally, it's my favorite of the more modern Silent Hill games that were created for the 360, and that's one I think you guys should definitely give a chance to, especially if, like I had mentioned in that gameplay clip that I filmed earlier in the week, that if you have played through and beat all the other Silent Hill games to death and you've never given this one a try, pick it up. It's a fairly cheap game, and it's one that I really enjoyed, because there are multiple endings. There's like 5 different endings. There's a secret ending that you can only get after you beat the game at least once. You got side quests to go through. You've got the main story, and then you also, like, other classic Silent Hill games, you have the real world, but then you also have the other world, which is the mystery, a lot of psychological torture and eeriness and stuff. It's just what I really like about Silent Hill, because it does just make you feel unearthed, it just makes you feel uncomfortable at times, and it is a freaky, scary game, and it's a series I love. I love survival horror games, and I hope that someday we can get a new Silent Hill game, whether it's, created by Konami, or, some team decides to do it. I hope in the future that we could get a new Silent Hill. It would be amazing to see a Silent Hill game for the new Xbox Series consoles or PlayStation 5 with the graphics of today. Could just be amazing. Even if they decided to go back and do a remaster of, let's say, the original Silent Hill or one of the other Silent Hill titles, that would be awesome to see with, a stunning updated graphics and stuff. So let me know your guys' thoughts on Silent Hill Downpour, whether you guys have played it or not. If you enjoyed it, let me know about the games you guys are playing. And if you have any suggestions on a title you think I should check out, let me know, as you guys do always suggest really fun titles. I want to thank you for watching. Take care. You guys have a great day, and Sleepy will see ya next time.